Welcome. You're listening to the Keeping Ashland Healthy podcast, a podcast production of the Mental Health and Recovery Board of Ashland County, Ohio. Thanks for joining us. And we do appreciate you listening. And in studio, it's just us, Dr. Ashley.
Just us today.
Yep. And we have an important month. This is the month of September. And
Yes.
in Ashland County, that means we like to focus historically on suicide prevention and awareness during the entire month of September.
Yes, it's a busy month.
Yes, we've got a lot of things planned. This is obviously, an important issue. It's one of those issues that I think it requires a degree of seriousness, but at the same time, I don't want to lose sight of the fact that a lot of folks who have lost someone to suicide also want an opportunity to celebrate and honor that person too. So we just try to have the right tone throughout the month and all the different activities.
Yeah, I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we kick everything off with a proclamation by our Ashland County Commissioner. So a few weeks ago, I was able to go to one of the commissioner meetings, and they have been so supportive of this initiative. And I just want to call out to them and just appreciate them. So essentially what they issue is a proclamation declaring formally September to be Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month in the county of Ashland County.
I love that. And also, I don't know if listeners will know this, but you can go on Ashland County Government on their Facebook page and actually see that, where you went and talked with the commissioners and hear them. I think it's so awesome every time you do that. They're very supportive. And
they are, and they're very attentive. For those that watch that online, they have a chance, and they do record, I believe, all their meetings. You can tell by the way they're paying attention. Mm-hmm. I do a brief update of kind of what's happened, as well as some of the things we plan to do. But they always listen very attentively and sometimes ask questions. So I just appreciate them. Yeah,
and Commissioner Justice, I know we're going to talk about our walk in a minute, but he always comes and reads the proclamation at our walk, which is really great.
Nice touch. But that sets the stage for really the whole month. It just kind of formalizes, if you will, all the board's efforts throughout the month. And something we've been doing even outside the month of September is our QPR trainings. I wonder if the audience remembers what the QPR stands for.
QPR, yes. Question, Persuade, and Refer. And those are our suicide prevention trainings. We like it because it's 3 easy steps that you can do. Anyone can do. You don't have to be a counselor or professional. Right. Anyone can use QPR and literally save a life by doing so.
Yep. So the QPR, as Dr. Ashley said, is available to anyone in the county, from individuals to groups. All they need to do is call the board at 419-281-3139. Dr. Ashley and I can provide that training in as little as 1 hour. If you can give us a little bit more time than that, we can do some experiential kinds of things that I think helps make the training come alive, if you will. But yeah, we do that at no charge. We've trained thousands of people, Dr. Ashley, in QPR, and it's what we need to do if we're really going to drive down the numbers.
Definitely. We've done this training in various kinds of organizations. We do it at Ashland University on campus with all the different groups of students, faculty,
you name it.
Community agencies. Absolutely. We can do that with anyone. So
we have a few QPRs scheduled at the university in September, but so it is something we emphasize during the month of September, but it is available, and we do those trainings all year round.
Yeah, give us a call.
Now, this next one is for those folks that are on the Board Suicide Prevention Coalition, which is a countywide coalition. If folks are not signed up to be on the coalition, that, again, is easy to do. Just contact the board at that number or go to our website at www.ashlandmhrb.org, and you can sign up to be on the Suicide Prevention Coalition. And one of those benefits really comes out in September, because each week, usually on Monday, you will get tips, information about suicide prevention, maybe engaging somebody in conversations. They'll talk a little bit about QPR. The whole idea is to give people each week, at the beginning of the week, just some additional information that's specific that might make them feel more comfortable supporting somebody that might be struggling.
Right. And you never know when you're going to encounter someone who's having a hard time in life and where you might need to be that support person. So I think this is useful for everyone.
Yep. So sign up and get those weekly blasts of information. In addition to those blasts, just as a FYI, the Suicide Prevention Coalition meets formally only 2 times per year, but we discuss, the latest trends, sometimes the numbers from the Ashland County Coroner's Office of those individuals that have lost their life. But we also talk about events, research, new things that are going on in that space, and what we're doing to address suicide prevention in the county. So be part of that group. We'd love to see you and just to enjoy your presence. Usually those meetings are Zoom meetings, so we try to make them easy.
Yeah, it's a really great group of people. So, we also have a screening of the film Resilience that's going to take place in Loudonville at the theater there on September 18th at 6:30 p.m. Also, I will just say there's going to be no cost popcorn and water for people that attend.
Sure.
The film is about an hour long and talks about adverse childhood experiences, trauma, and resilience.
Yep. And that's important because we try to make the tie-in there for folks that are struggling with adverse childhood experiences and maybe their level of resilience isn't very strong. They're at risk. They're at risk of self-harm and other things. And I think the film draws that out. It talks about the research that's available. It's been available for actually quite a few years around adverse childhood experiences. So we've already done one of these screenings, Dr. Ashley, here at the Ashland Theater. So this will be down in Loudonville. We don't want to forget about our folks down in South County. We know the popcorn. We're gonna decide whose popcorn.
It's a competition now.
Right? Who popped it better? We'll find out. We're gonna compare the 2 popcorns. But we appreciate the theater down in Loudonville, and this is a partnership actually with Redbird Resilient.
Yeah.
They're a group out of Loudonville that formed. Mr. John Stoops and some others got together, and they really wanted to make a positive impact to the Loudonville community. And we are thrilled to be partnering with them on this screening.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun event, and you can come out, bring your family or friends, and enjoy an hour of talk about resilience.
And guess what? At the very end, we're not going to keep folks too long, but we did want to have like a Q&A. So if there were any burning questions from attendees after watching the film, myself and maybe a few other folks will be there. Dr. Ashley, if I can keep you awake that long, we're going to both try well, I'm just teasing because, I'm the one that tends to go to bed earlier. But we're going to try to answer any burning questions folks might have after the screening.
Great. And if you want David's autograph, that's your chance.
That'd be the chance.
That is the time.
Well, that is happening on September 18th. And then during this whole time, it starts on the 15th of September and it goes through the 21st.
Yes.
You know what time it is?
The friendliest fair in the land? Is that what they call it?
No, that is totally wrong, Dr. Ashley. The Ashland County Fair is a fair for families.
Fair for families.
That's right.
I knew I was close.
And we are out at the fair in the Gold Merchants Building, the Mental Health and Recovery Board. We are a destination location out there, Dr. Ashley.
Yes.
We have some of the best information and giveaways, and we've got different things that will be available throughout the week, including resources on suicide prevention, stress. We've got, you name it, anxiety. We've got all kinds of, some of the things overdose awareness. Yeah. Glad you mentioned that. Again, in addition to suicide, the overdose deaths are something we're paying particular attention to and hopefully doing a better job of bringing down those numbers. But come and see Dr. Ashley and I. We're going to try to be out there at the fair as much as we can. And again, that's the 15th of September all the way through the 21st. I think it runs Sunday through Saturday.
Yeah. And this might be top secret information, but there may be a mug giveaway with our mugs on it for the podcast.
I don't know. I think we've got a limited supply.
We have a limited supply
of the Dr. Ashley and the Boss mugs. So for those of you who that might sound like something you want.
Our loyal listeners.
You know who you are.
Yes.
That one person. So hopefully you can come out and get your mug.
Yes.
If that wasn't enough, Dr. Ashley, we've got a few more things going on in the month.
So Ashland University's program Early Bird Word
That's
on
right.
September 23rd.
So that is the university's radio station. They have been kind enough or daring enough to invite me on to talk about suicide prevention and other behavioral health issues. So I appreciate that. Again, we've talked about it on other podcasts, but the university in Ashland has been a great partner when it comes to suicide prevention and just local initiatives around behavioral health and substance use. So we're proud to partner with them. We know that our young people at the college age are particularly susceptible to stressors that are maybe new, unique. Student athletes on particular can be stressed out, being away from home, some of the relationship challenges, the academic challenges. So the partnership has been profitable, I think, on both ends. So I am happy to be on the early bird word. So if folks get up early, Dr. Ashley.
Is it pretty early?
I think it's a pretty early recording, maybe 8 o'clock or so.
I hope it's viewable later.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll have to see. Yes.
Maybe.
Well, kind of in addition to that, we partner with AU in our walk. They help us a lot with the planning of our annual suicide prevention and awareness walk.
Yes. So we like to end each September with our suicide prevention and awareness walk. And this year, it is on Sunday, September 29th at 2 o'clock. And can folks register for that now, Dr. Ashley?
Yes, registration is open. And I'll just say we've already had a lot of people signing up. So we've already got about 100 people signed up.
That's
so
awesome.
That's great.
Yep.
And this is really one of, I think, our most meaningful events.
Agreed.
It's an awareness raising, but it's also a time of fellowship and celebration of life for some people. And I always look forward to this event. So
Yep. No, so that is ashlandmhrb.org. Again, you can register for the Suicide Prevention and Awareness Walk on the 29th.
No cost to register.
No cost, yep. And we have a few giveaways for folks as they come in. We've got Dr. Ashley design T-shirt or a
water bottle.
Yeah, water bottle.
And we'll also have some bracelets for after the walk.
Awesome. And then there's a few components to the walk. So there's the actual walking itself, which isn't that bad. It's a little over a mile, and we do kind of a loop. We start at Upper Convo at AU, and then we end there. And we're going to have some signs along the way. We're going to have the wellness team, I think, from Ashland University helping us this year.
Some
That's
volunteers.
New.
That's great.
Yep, lots of volunteers, which, again, a lot of our events, we couldn't do it without the volunteers.
So thankful for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll do that loop, Dr. Ashley, and then we come back and there's a light refreshment. And we've got some soup and some salad.
Yes, the mushroom soup, famous in Ashland County.
It is famous in Ashland County. So if you've not had the mushroom soup at Ashland University, this could be your time to have it.
Yeah, come check it out.
Yeah. So folks will be gathering again at Convo, having some soup, having some salad. And what we decided to do was there's always so much good, I think, communication and sharing and camaraderie amongst the walkers. Because, again, Dr. Ashley, as you know, oftentimes groups of folks will come, families will come, and they're all walking in honor of a loved one that they've lost. So we're going to invite some folks to share stories. About their loved one, whatever they feel comfortable sharing. We're going to kick that off with Sarah Watson. She's going to share her story about her father, and she was our keynote last year, and just did such a great job. But we thought if she was willing, and she was, to maybe kick off a sharing session, when folks are eating afterwards. And I'm hopeful that other family members that are comfortable and want to share to others about their loved one, they'll do that.
Yeah. And so after the walk, we also do a reading of the names where people submit names of those that they've lost to suicide, and then we read them with a poem and honor them. And I think that sharing opportunity is going to be a really nice addition this year where they can take that time and we can all talk about it. Yeah.
But at the very beginning, just to circle back before we end up walking, we do a few announcements and things. And as you mentioned earlier, Commissioner Justice typically reads the proclamation. And then our keynote this year is Randy Spade with the college.
Yeah.
And he works in the veterans office there. He's a veteran himself, and he's got a powerful story to tell. But we tell folks, if they get there by 2 o'clock, we'll try to start promptly at 2 o'clock and get folks walking within 15, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So we don't, we keep things moving as much as we can. So it's not a huge time commitment, but we think it'll be well worth the time, particularly if you've lost somebody. There's nothing quite like, and I take this from people, myself included, that have lost somebody. It's nice to be around other people that have gone through something very similar, just to hear their story, but also to share your story and just to feel that, degree of support.
Yeah, definitely. I also just want to say if you can't walk or you're not interested in the walk part, you can still come out for those programming parts of the walk and listen to the speakers and also visit the resource tables because there are a lot of those. I'm glad
you mentioned that. We're going to have several agencies set up, and all the resources are in some way or another will tie into the theme of suicide prevention and awareness.
I think we have more vendors this year than ever before.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, this event has grown and grown. And Dr. Ashley, I think a lot of that has to do with you. You've really done a great job as you organize and plan the walk. It's gotten better every year. And so, again, folks can get Dr. Ashley's autograph if they'd like.
Oh,
She'll be there.
No one's going to be lining up for that. But
you never know, Dr. Ashley.
Yeah, so that I'm really looking forward to the walk this year. I hope people will come out.
I do too, and it's a nice way to end the entire month. But hopefully, as our listeners can hear, there are plenty of events going on throughout the month of September. So if you miss one, don't worry. You can get to the next thing. There are several opportunities. If folks, because I know some folks might be driving, whenever you get a chance, just, if you have questions, or we'll try to put some in the episode description. But the easiest way is, and I'll put a link to it, www.ashlandmhrb.org, or call the board at 419-281-3139. Well, Dr. Ashley, we are just about at time. I know September is upon us, so there's a lot going on. I'm excited.
I am too. Suicide prevention is for everyone. So,
well, thank you, Dr. Ashley. We will see you next time, and hopefully, folks, we'll see some of you out at one or more of our events.
Thank you, boss.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Keeping Ashland Healthy podcast. The podcast is a production of the Mental Health and Recovery Board of Ashland County, Ohio. You can reach the board by calling 419-281-3139. Please remember that the board funds a local 24/7 crisis line through Appleseed Community Mental Health Center. It can be reached by calling 419-289-6111. That's 419-289-6111. Until next time, please join us in keeping Ashland healthy.